When I go back into Liverpool for like the 3 or 4 weeks a year I'm there, I always go and see bands, and it's like the totally other side of like what we do and stuff. But just seeing them playing, like the way they have that sort of, it's just exactly what we're trying to do, but in a total different way. You know what I mean? Especially in the UK at the moment, there's so many young bands and all. A lot of them are dance edge bands, that sort of like crossovery, and just the inspiration I got from that, like this year, just going back and seeing that was like, it was amazing, really.
Too Many DJs, Soulwax.
Pink Floyd.
Yeah, as a vocalist, Mike Patton. Don't know if you know Faith No More. The man's a legend. I worship the ground he walks on. Other than that, I don't know. Who else?
So many different people.
Bjork.
I used to be in soul music, George Benson, people like that. It's Quincy Jones and
Trent Reznor, Nine Inch Nails. I'm kind of a bit of a weird alternative kid.
Well, I grew up in Marbella, and that was all kind of lots of expat kids down there from quite hippie, bohemian sort of families. So there was loads of rock, and my parents always had these parties in the house, so that was loads of sort of 70s stuff that's popular now at the moment. Its influences, sort of West Coast radio rock sound. And then in England, rare groove, soul clubs and things like that. So I had two influences, pre-trip hop, the Aloof, Left Field, Renegade Soundwave and all this sort of dubby breakbeat stuff. And then the Chemical Brothers came, and then that was it. That was my thing where I could say, wow, I found some dance music I like, because I've never been a big housey person, 4/4. So yeah, built out of that really, I suppose. Beats, dubby, rock, fusion, indie kind of thing.
All these guys from England too, like Damien Lazarus or Andrew Witherall, or a guy from France called Ivan Smag. I know he's resident here. It's a really big influence for me, so like every people really want to listen this kind of music. DJ Pierre since 6 years now, since the beginning. I was 15 years old, and I remember some track of him like Acid One and like Detroit and Chicago house stuff. So I'm pretty happy to meet him tonight, and he said, "Hey, what's your name?" And I was really proud to play before him.
Yeah, my mentor was actually a DJ, kind of indirectly, Ron Hardy, and like the Hot Mix 5, Farley Jackmaster Funk, and Marshall Jefferson. So those were my indirect mentors. Just listening to them growing up and everything kind of really steered me in the right direction for doing house music.
We talking about DJ Pierre here. Excuse me. All right, let me get serious. No, Pierre, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be hooked on mezcal, exactly. I wouldn't have made my first record when I was 15. People wouldn't know me. I mean, people still don't know me.
Felix, actually, it's funny because I had already made Acid Track, and I was like, I need to make a vocal song, and somebody had gave me this cassette tape of this track, and they said, oh, this guy in high school did it, and it was like, his name is Felix, and he was like 15 years old. So
Pierre like helped me make my first record when I was 15. He if it weren't for him, you know, and God, of course, I wouldn't be here. So I could tell you the whole story. He like was the first guy to bring me over to London in 1992 or 91, I think.
In 91, and I paid for his trip, and I was doing this huge photo shoot for the cover of Echo magazine, and Roy Davis Jr. was there also. I brought him to London. I said, yo, you guys come to London with me. I'm gonna hook you guys up.
I was sleeping on the floor at this dude Phil Cheeseman's house, which was Pierre's manager. He used to write for DJ Magazine.
And back then, you could like tell a magazine something and they do it. I said, yo, these two cats, they're gonna blow up. I said, Felix, Roy Davis Jr., they like my proteges, they hot, they're gonna blow up. And they put them in a magazine. They gave them like a full page, and they never even they really didn't put out any music yet.
So basically, I was just walking around the record companies trying to get a deal. I lied. When I got to Gorilla Records, I lied and said I was Pierre, and they let me in because they was about to close the door on me.
I used to go on record companies, and I hadn't even made a track yet, right? And Felix and Roy would be with me. I go in there and like I made this track called Atom Bomb, but I hadn't made the track yet. And I went in Gorilla Records, and I remember this is in London. I said, yo, I got this hot track. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be missiles and bombs. It's gonna be like total destruction. And the beat's gonna come in. It's gonna break down. It's gonna come back in crazy. And they say, yeah, we want it. I said, all right, you need to get me in the studio so I can go make this track, and it's gonna be crazy. And they'd be like, okay, cool. We'll book the session this weekend. And Felix, he heard that, and he was so blown away by that. He's like, yeah, man, yeah. You hear Pierre? He told him he was gonna make this track, and he did it. And so he really took that, and he took it to the next level. I mean, they were there with me when I did Atom Bomb, and it was really exciting days, you know, then, you know, and the track was huge. And from then on, Felix kind of took that fire and bottled it and just flowed with it.
They let me in. They said, what's Pierre? I said, oh, my name is Felix. Okay, let me hear what you got. You got 5 minutes. Played them this track I did called The Dawn, William Morbid, and all these cats were like freaking out. So they said, give me a name. I said, Felix the Housecat. That was the only thing I could think of at the time, and it stuck. So Felix the Housecat was born in London. Everyone knows that. And if you don't know, now you know.
Look where this guy has gone from then. So I'm really proud of him, you know. It's really exciting to look at that and say, wow, you know what? I had a hand in this guy's career, you know.
I should get let's go.